Today, I'm watching the first episode of Love on the Spectrum, a reality TV series about people on the autism spectrum who are looking to date. I'm going to be focusing on how autistic folk are represented, and I'll be sharing my thoughts on what I think they did right and also what I think they could have done differently. Let's check it out.
Finding love can be hard for anyone.
That was too awkward.
And for some people, it can feel like an impossible dream.
So it's pretty standard on shows like this to use narration. That said, there is a tradition of neurotypical folk talking about us without us. I think in this case, it might have been great to get one of the participants to do the narration. Just an idea.
People with aspergers or autism, they just learn things a different way. As far as I'm concerned, if anything, it's actually more of a gift.
On one hand, I really like affirming one's autism in this way, especially given how ableist societies frame autism as a negative. Personally, I view my autism as a double-edged sword. There are some pros and there are some cons. Relatively speaking, I'm privileged. The challenges I have with my autism are mild. I suspect an autistic person with greater challenges will view their autism differently.
Wow, you really want this, Michael?
Oh, yes, I do. It's the most important thing that I want to achieve.
Well, I hope we can help you achieve that.
Okay, so the show creators will be directly setting up the dates. I'm wondering if they plan on doing any other kind of intervention. Dating for me was initially kind of disastrous, but only because I lacked a lot of the necessary social and relational skills. It was only in therapy that I realized how I was stumbling. It'll be great if the show's participants are offered some kind of dating skills training.
The challenges that you face, Mike, I think a lot of other people face too, to struggle at some point or another.
So I agree that finding a romantic partner can be difficult for neurotypicals as well. That said, autistics have different obstacles than neurotypicals or NTs, and the effort required to overcome them can be great. I think there is a tendency for NTs to try to normalize the autistic experience, but at times this can feel like minimization or dismissal.
I think every family needs a Michael. It just adds something different.
Kudos to these parents for celebrating neurodiversity. I think being on a program like this does put families under close scrutiny. So I wonder how much incentive there is to talk a bit more openly about the challenges this participant and their family might face.
When I tell someone I'm autistic, people go, really? No, you're not. You don't look autistic. And I could say, what does an autistic person look like?
It's kind of funny that NTs expect autistic folk to fit some kind of preconceived idea. By the way, I'm so glad that the show creators have cast autistic women on this show. This is a demographic within the autism community that definitely deserves better representation.
Hey, gorgeous.
Hello, I'm Thomas. We've been dating for about 4 years now, and I think we do all right together.
Side note, I actually know this couple. Well, I know of them. Some years ago, I appeared on an Australian show called Lateline, and I was asked to talk about some of the obstacles people on the spectrum face when it comes to dating.
The idea of meeting someone out at a club or a bar would never work for me.
This couple was also featured in the segment. At the time, I agreed to be on the show because I saw it as a form of advocacy and awareness raising. Now I'm wondering why the creators of Love on the Spectrum asked this couple to appear on their show, but not me. I'm feeling a little bit rejected.
What are you going to do?
Simply tell her, okay, I'll allow it, but on one condition. I get a vasectomy after the second child.
Okay.
I love how dry and direct Michael is. He's such a breath of fresh air.
To help him in his search for love, Michael is meeting Jodie Rogers, a relationship specialist who works with people on the spectrum.
Okay, great. So they are providing participants with support. Let's see how this goes.
People with autism have incredible affection and deep love.
Yes.
Really wanting to connect.
It's very validating to hear an NT say this.
I don't have nose powder.
It's a saying, isn't it? You
okay.
go for a wee.
But it's not honest.
That's true.
Love this. As an autistic person, my primary allegiance is always to the truth.
Well, I'm openly bi, but I dated a few girls before a few guys, and it's just, just trying to find the right person.
Hearing someone talk about their queer identity so openly like this is wonderful. Diverse representation really widens the conversation.
What? Serious?
Yeah. I told you I couldn't afford a ring. I already bought it.
Really?
This is really sweet. I think that many autistic folk fear that we may never find a life partner in an ableist society.
No need to sound so excited.
Sorry, I'm just quietly elated.
You're a goose.
I have to say that as far as emotional support animals go, this is one of the most terrifying I've ever seen.
I didn't get diagnosed until I was like 12, because, sometimes with girls on the spectrum, sometimes
It's harder to...
Yeah, you get diagnosed a little bit later.
Hello, forgetting experience maybe?
I'm glad Lotus is a part of the show. Autism shows up differently from person to person, and it's not always that obvious. And Lotus is a good example of that. Also, I feel like in shows like this, people often cast autistic folk who present very clearly as autistic. I do wonder if it's largely for the benefit of the NT audience members who probably won't read these people as being autistic otherwise.
An A+ partner looks like me.
These parents definitely take it all in their stride. I think it's a quality many parents of autistic folk can benefit from.
Thank you.
So cute.
I don't know how I feel about this. Calling people on the spectrum cute can be kind of othering, but only because I can imagine it being said to a child.
Thank you. Thank you.
Would you like some table water?
Yes, please. Please and thank you.
The show creators really went all out when setting up these dates. I don't think I've ever been on a date at a restaurant with wall-to-wall glass windows. Personally, I tend to be what I would consider less romantic and more pragmatic. My ideal first date is a quick cup of tea. I get, though, that a quick cup of tea probably doesn't make for interesting viewing, and here I am wondering why I wasn't cast on this show. Okay, so couple of thoughts. It's clear that the creators wanted to offer a well-considered representation of the dating experience for autistic folk. It does feel a little bit like the show was created for NTs by NTs, and this would make sense given NTs probably make up the majority of this show's viewership. Something that I really wished for going into this was a little bit more insight into the inner experience of autistic folk. I know that being autistic can be a very lonely experience at times, and dating can trigger anxiety and self-doubt. So I would have loved to have explored that in a bit more depth. Also, it looks like most of the participants still live with their families and have some level of support. As an autistic person who's lived on my own in cities far from my family of origin, I haven't always had that support. I think it significantly impacted my self-confidence, my mental health, and how I've approached dating. There is a certain degree of privilege in having that support, and I also see privilege showing up here in the fact that the participants are largely white, middle class, and only appear to need minimal support. I'm really glad that the creators cast an openly bisexual autistic person, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit more diversity among the participants. Seeing how autistic folk with intersectional identities navigate the world would definitely have added a bit more texture and talking points. Did you enjoy Love on the Spectrum? What parts of dating while being autistic do you think they nailed? And what would you have liked to have seen more of? You can share any recommendations for my next video in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it, turning on notifications, and subscribing. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.